chicken cacciatore is an absolutely delicious meal. And it's easy. It's very easy to prepare. Think about this. Once upon a time in Italy, this was known as a hunter's dish because it's prepared very rustically. The meat is prepared, and then you have a sauce, a delicious sauce, and it is typically combined with lots of tomatoes and onions, herbs and spices, and cooked low and slow over a campfire. Well, tonight we don't have the campfire. So what we are going to do is that we're going to use our Cuisinart air fryer to prepare the chicken portion. And on the stove, we're going to use one skillet that is going to prepare the sauce. Nice and quick, nice and easy, fast cleanup. Join me in the kitchen. I really don't know what I did without my Cuisinart air fryer. It just makes things so much more convenient. And so we're going to take the time to prepare the chicken thighs in this Cuisinart air fryer. So we're going to cover the bottom pan just to keep all the messy stuff, all the little bit of grease that we may have. All of that's going to be drained away, and we're going to cover it with some foil that we can just pick up and throw away, and the bottom pan is going to be clean, just a little wipe off. And I love being able to do this. I'm telling you, I really don't know what I did without this air fryer. And if you don't have one, you want one, because it's amazing all of the things that you're able to do right here in this air fryer. So let's get ready. They're a really nice sized chicken thigh. So there's our paprika going in. Just sprinkle a little bit. It's just there for color, really. And it gives it just a little smokiness in the background. And of course we need our garlic, because after all, Italians love their garlic. So let's add some in, a little more. And I'm going to also put these same ingredients into the sauce. So I'm getting everything ready. Let's get a little black pepper in there. I better use the right hand and make sure I do it correctly. So I have my pepper in, the salt's in, the garlic, all of that. We're just about ready. So I'm going to take the back of my wooden spoon and give that a good stir so that everything's mixed up. And I have just enough for my 4 chicken thighs. I didn't make a lot of seasoning flour, because this isn't really like I'm going to buttermilk fry the chicken where I would really need a lot of flour. I don't. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on. I did not dip it in. As you can see, these chicken thighs are still partially frozen. They've been out, and I have allowed these things to thaw in the refrigerator. I even sat them out during a portion of the day, and they are still hard as a brick. So they may take a little bit longer to cook, but we'll see. And we may be right on target with our 40 minutes, because that's typically, for this size piece of chicken, that's typically what you need. About 20 minutes, flip, 20 minutes again. And then if you need more time, you can always flip it that 3rd time. But I think this is going to work. So just hang in there with me. We'll see. So we're getting them all prepared and placing them directly into the air fryer basket. And I want to make sure that everything is well floured, because that's going to be important in the end. And they're going to look beautiful. They're going to be a beautiful golden brown when they're finished. And they're going to taste delicious. I didn't put any oil on these. I didn't put any eggs on, whipped egg on them. I left them just as they were, guys. And they were perfect. They were tender, and they're going to be nice and juicy. There we go. We just take, if you take the time now, then you won't have to take that time later. There we go. Let's get that all in there. And you'll notice there's very little flour left. So you just have to work with it. So I'm going to turn you around. You'll see our basket's pretty full, because these thighs are a pretty good size. So we're right there. All right, we're going to close her up. We're going to set it. Now, I have this set on 350 and we're going to cook it 20 minutes. Flip, 20 minutes, and hopefully it will be done. We'll check. There is absolutely nothing like the smell of onions and garlic and mushrooms cooking slowly on your stove. And that's exactly what we're doing. We got the chicken in the air fryer. So we're going to start to bring the sauce together. So I'm going to let these cook low and slow. I want everything to cook down, and then we'll start to add the rest of the ingredients. Because my onions were little, I had to use two, but one medium onion will do. So I'm giving this time because remember, we've got almost 40 minutes for the chicken to prepare. So we really don't have to rush. What are you doing in your kitchen tonight? I hope you're preparing something that's going to be delicious and going to be fun because that makes it fun for you and also makes it fun for your family because they'll see how happy you are in the kitchen. Now, notice that I'm placing a jar of marinara, and this marinara is from Aldi's, and I'm adding in about 2 cups of Aldi's organic marinara. It is delicious. It has a little kick to it, not a lot, but that kick is mostly the garlic and the herbs that are in it. Not spicy, not hot, just very flavorful. So I have placed that into the center so it can start to get hot because at this point we're going to start building the sauce. We want each part to have its own time to cook. Now, we're going to be adding in some tomatoes. And you know, tomatoes are important. Here's our herbs of Provence that we want to also add in. I'm just going to put some in my palm. I'm going to rub them. I was about to sprinkle them in and forgot I really need to rub those so that the oils from the herbs will get into our sauce. So let's get the top back on that and we're ready to go on. So herbs of Provence, so let's give that a good stir so that everything can get covered in the marinara sauce because that's our base. Now, like I said, you have a larger family or you're preparing for more people because you're doing this. This is a great dish if you're having a party. And so this is a little thick. So if you need to thin it down, you can certainly do that with your pasta water once your pasta is prepared. Now, so I'm going to add the juice from my San Marzano tomatoes. I'm pouring them, I'm going over to the sink and I'm going to pour the juice. It's Hunt's San Marzano style, and these are the best tomatoes, I'm telling you. So I'm going to pour that into my jar so I can make sure that I get all the goodness that is down in that jar out. Give it a little swizzle and put it down into the sauce because we don't want to lose anything. So as I said, that's the Aldi's Simply Nature Organic. So there we go. And let's pour that in. That's perfect. And if you're going to add a little extra pasta water, use your jar and just pour that pasta water right in that jar. Give it another good swizzle and place it into the mixture. So this is nice and loose. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get a pair of kitchen shears. These are my KitchenAid shears that I use all the time. And I'm just going to cut them. I like doing it myself. And, you know, some people buy them already cut. That's fine. Sometimes I do too if I'm in a hurry. But since I have time tonight, I'm going to cut my own. And then if I want to take a shortcut, I just put the scissors right down. So I'm showing you 2 different ways. You could take each little tomato out and slice it, or you can just stick your scissors down in there and give it a good cut. A little more rustic, don't you think? And if they're still a little large, cut a little more. That's what those shears are for. So all the rest of the juice is there. And I have this set on a medium temperature because I really don't want it to boil away. I want all of this to be ready. Now, what I'm going to do, you know, I've been to the farmer's market and, you know, anytime you're cooking rustically, you want to use whatever vegetables that you have. and I still have some zucchini and some squash. So I'm going to add those. Now we're back. The first ring, the first 20 minutes. Here we are. Oh, don't they look nice? But guess what? They're going to look even better in just a few minutes. So we're going to flip it over, flip each one. I'm just using a little fork and just giving everything a flip. This was the first 20 minutes. Now this time, during the second 20 minutes, I am going to let it go for about 10 minutes, stop it, pull them out, see how they're doing because I don't want them to over brown, and then let them go another 10 minutes. Now here's our squash and zucchini that I had left. I'm using those up, and you'll see that I'm cutting them on a bias, and I'm using my knife that I got from Amazon. I love this knife. It's serrated, plus it has a pointy edge, and it cuts well. I have had this knife and have used it on just about everything. And I tell you what, this knife has lasted forever, and it's less than $10. Oh my goodness, less than $10. You can't find a really good knife less than $10. This is a great one. So I've listed it down below for you as well, because it's definitely one you're going to want to have in your kitchen. And it's actually a Swiss knife and such a reasonable price. How about that? Nice weight. It's got good bones. There we go. So we're going to be adding our zucchini and squash in toward the end into the sauce because I want them to have some bite. Okay, we're right here and we're looking at this Cuisinart. We're at the end of that 10 minutes and let's see how we're doing. Whew, it's pretty hot. Wow, 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 wow. Let me get you in close. Aren't they pretty? Now what you could do is that you could have your spaghetti all prepared. You could sit your chicken on top of it and then pour a little ladle of the sauce over it. But I'm not going to stop there. That's not what I'm going to do. Just you wait. See how nice this is bubbling? Oh, I've added a little bit of pasta sauce in. And if you like yours a little more juicy, you can certainly do that. Now I'm going to take my chicken and I'm going to place it down into the sauce. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to let it simmer. Nestle it down in there. I'm going to get all four in. They're going to fit perfectly into this pan. Let's get the others. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is going to be so good. Now, we're just going to continue finding their place in the skillet. And then we're going to be ready to add the veggies. So we're just going to work those in and around this chicken. Now there they are. Oh yeah. This is hunter style. This is cacciatore style, rustic. You've got your veggies, and I'm working those veggies in between my chicken thighs that are in there and kind of putting them down into the sauce so they can get nice and juicy and tomatoey, but not so much that they lose their integrity. So they're going to have just a tiny bit of bite, but they are going to taste great. So let's put the top on there, and I'm leaving it open just a little bit, just so they can, some of that steam will escape and that my chicken thighs will have their little crispiness as well. There we go. Nice and bubbly. Everybody's happy in the skillet. And you know what, guys? We are just about finished. Dinner is just about ready to go on the plates. Okay, okay. Let's take this top off. Oh my goodness, can you smell it? It is so good. You're going to love it. I'm just giving everything one more stir. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, yes, yes. This is going to be great. I know the big guy is going to love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get ready. Now, let me get my plates. Let's get the pasta on the plates. Oh, there we go. That is delicious. Now, I ran out, got some of my parsley that I'm growing outside. I'm clipping off some of those little parsley leaves. Yes, I did wash it, so just in case you were wondering, yes, I washed it. And I'm just going to top it a little bit. You could even add some Parmesan cheese, but the big guy's not a real fan of Parm, so I'm not going to put any on the main dish. I'm going to put some on my plate. So there we go. Dinner is served, guys. Oh my goodness. Now, let's get these plates ready. I'm putting my pasta on the plate. And I'm going to scoop my chicken first onto the pasta. And you know what? I'm going to need a soup scoop. So let me get that. And I'm going to scoop out some of this delicious cacciatore juice and just let it fall right over us. My mouth is watering. Is yours? This is good. This is one of those dishes that you want to make sure that you prepare it. Have it on your menu. Do it at least once a quarter. Now, because it's cacciatore style, it doesn't have to be chicken. This just happens to be chicken because that's what I was serving. But you could do this with beef. You could do this with pork. But I think the chicken is so much better. So here's plate number 2. Yum. And I hope you're going to come back to this channel, Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, weekly, because we love to have you here. I'll see you soon.